4-step method to high performance trading is about bulletproofing your daily routines, your executions, your skill set, your mindset, and your beliefs to execute your edge trading in live time. Building your discipline and confidence in live time is how you will be able to produce those results consistently over the long term. The 7-step daily routine for high performance traders is about developing your process, your habits, your mindset, your beliefs, your skill set to master the markets. Bulletproof yourself for success and consistency over the long term. The links are in the description box below. They're both free downloads. Let's get started. Hey traders, Stacey Burke from Stacey Burke Trading. Today a combined mindset reset and technical video on getting to know yourself better as a trader. We talk about mindset, method, behavior, expertise of the trader. And the playbook, the ACB masterclass is all in alignment with achieving a certain outcome, an objective. And just a basic overview of understanding what it is actually that you're trying to accomplish each day and creating that headspace, that mindset, that behavior, but also the plan of attack to achieve that outcome. So often traders come to the market, they want to learn about markets, they want to learn about trading, and they constantly are trying to learn more and trade all over the place. I'll ask them, well, what is your objective? And they'll say, well, I want to make a lot of money. But that's not actually breaking it down into a daily routine, a daily process, a daily plan of attack, but also understanding about your own behavior, your own mindset, because it's one thing having a plan of attack, but it's another thing if we can't stick to it. And it's another thing if we do other random, impulsive, self-sabotaging things, which is really the ultimate battle. The trader themselves is the biggest variable and the biggest threat to their own success. So number one, mindset. What is your actual objective? Now, the playbook, the masterclass, those are setups that I've had to keep reinforcing and training my brain over time to stick to, because my own behavior, as I've talked about, I would build up an account, blow it up, do everything right, and then also do other things that were wrong that would sabotage my good results. And that's where the behavior would come in. The expertise was developed over time, and I would still continuously go back and do things that would damage the good things that I would do. And that was a result of bad behavior. And so when I talk about behavior of the trader, we can talk about setups, timings, levels, behavior of price, and behavior of the trader before and after executing a playbook best trade setup or an ACB opportunity. So number one, what is your objective? What are you trying to achieve? What is achievable? What is actually achievable based on your beliefs about yourself, your skill set, the markets, what they are offering us on a continuing week-to-week basis? I talk about rinse and repeat because the same behaviors in the markets show up again and again and again on any instrument. So the big thing to understand is, what is your actual game plan to achieve your objective? So most traders have the mindset. They understand there's going to be things that they need to work on, and we talk about 1% better every single day, because traders believe certain things, but that's at their current evolution of what they know right now. And as time goes on, that will continue to evolve. Your understanding about yourself, your skill set, your beliefs, what is achievable, will continue to evolve and expand. And the method now, what is your actual edge? How are you going to achieve moving towards your objective? The edge itself. Now I talk about the playbook setups, sitting on your hands and doing nothing else but executing the same setups over and over and over again. The ones where it's really easy to make money, not read markets, setups where it's really easy to make money, and a lot of money. Setups that when they show up are scalable, fully loadable, and they're not coming back. Now, we're not going to have these every single day, but rather than trading every single day, trading a market or an opportunity that is scalable in size, that can significantly compound your account, and doing nothing else in between makes a huge difference, rather than coming to the screen each day trying to catch a move on a market that may have zero to very little edge or can do damage to your trading account just by trying to catch a move every day and trade your favorite instrument. And when the best setups come along, developing the skills, the patience, the confidence to be scaling in and then managing that trade to go to break even and hold till close if that's the opportunity that presents. Rather than trying to chase markets and get moves every day, sitting on your hands and hunting out scalable rinse and repeat setups from your trading plan that are designed and aligned with meeting your objective or heading towards achieving your long-term, short-term, medium-term trading objectives. So on the second part, understanding how exactly are you going to achieve and move towards your objective? What is your actual edge? And then behavior. What do you need to do each and every day to ensure that your behavior before, during, and after the markets are open is in alignment with your objective and your edge, which means sticking to the plan no matter what. So we talk about behavior of the trader. Behavior can be random, impulsive trading outside of your plan. And we've talked about being rewarded for bad behavior. So doing things outside of your edge and your plan and actually getting a winning trade. But that's not your trading plan. And then at some point, bad behavior, the markets will come along and potentially get you into a market or a situation or a 30-70 day where you're trying to catch a move or take trades, and the market inevitably does not work out as you think, or you're over trading, you're overconfident, you've had a really big win streak, you're bigger than the markets, and all of a sudden, lo and behold, you blow your trading account up in one day after months of growing it significantly and increasing size, over leveraging, doing damage just from being random and impulsive. Impulse is your enemy. So what are you going to do each and every day to bulletproof your mindset, your beliefs, your understanding about your own fallibilities, where you can engage in impulsive, random, degenerate gambling type of behavior that can do damage? How will you protect yourself? That comes back to, again, understanding your edge, the mindset, the patience, the skill set. Your expertise. Does your current level of skill in your daily process, your behavior, your mindset, your methodology, the edge that you've carved out for yourself, does your skill set align with that? Do you have the skill set with the markets that you're trading? So, for example, certain traders will be trading gold because it moves a lot, but their skill set yet isn't quite developed to execute in live time. Their confidence isn't quite there yet. It moves differently. Or oil, or natural gas, or silver, or the Japanese yen compared to the Swiss franc. One market may not be as volatile or move as much, and that setup doesn't present as often, or your skill set is aligned with that in terms of executing in markets that are volatile around the opening times, US indexes, Asian indexes, whatever that may be, where they're explosive and volatile at certain times. Does your skill set align with executing in those market conditions? Does it align with the edge that you've identified with? So all these things have to be pieced together so that day in and day out, your behavior, your mindset, your methodology, how frequently does your edge present on certain markets? Do you have the patience and the discipline to stick to that plan no matter what, so that you can achieve the objective that you've laid out for yourself? So when your edge presents and the instruments that are in your basket, or if you're following one instrument and you know exactly what your setup is, how often does that setup present? What would give you a signal to be prepared on the day to execute that setup when it presents into your timing window, whether you're trading Asia, London, or New York? What setups make you the most money as opposed to trying to trade a market? Which setups actually make you a lot of money with zero stress, for the most part, zero thinking, zero emotion, but execution? Whether it's scaling in, whether it's the patience to have a starter into the market, managing your risk, as a trade's about to accelerate into a move, identifying when to stop adding additional positions, where you may take some partials off to lock in some profits, or whether or not you are prepared to hold on to this position into the close or near the close of the day to lock in the maximum amount on your winning edge when it presents. Will you have the discipline to not trade on days when you have a low probability and your edge doesn't present because you just want to take a trade? Will you be able to stay away from those days, those markets? Again, coming back to what is your edge? And if your edge isn't there, will you still try and take trades? Sitting at the screen for hours just to hopefully get out at break even or get out with a smaller loss or average into a loser, over leverage on a market when there's zero edge or very little edge just to get a trade. Again, not even part of your plan, but you wanted to get a trade that day and catch a move, when all you had to do was sit on your hands and wait for that setup to present into your session, regardless if it's Asia, London, or New York, where there's a scalable opportunity, where there's an opportunity that your edge presents into the session, into the timing window that's scalable with size, rinse and repeat. Sitting on your hands, avoiding garbage markets, and when your edge presents, having the expertise to execute that trade and manage it in live time to lock in the maximum amount on a winning setup. We've all had days like this, and one of the most commonly used phrases is, why did I do that? Why did I do that? When all I had to do was stick to the plan. Sticking to the plan where it's worth putting risk into the market, not trying to take trades, but identifying setups that are scalable and that are potentially not coming back. They're going from one side of the range to the close of the day, whether you're buying or selling. Any instrument, any market, same setups where it's easy to make a lot of money, and in between doing nothing else but sitting on your hands. And the expertise coming from doing your homework and recognizing where it's easy to make a lot of money. Execution, entry, stop loss, and a take profit level. And leaving the science projects for the really smart traders. Let them trade those markets. Stick to where it's easy to make a lot of money. Unless you want to be at the screen for hours, sweating, stressing, hoping, wishing you weren't in the market, and then engaging in impulsive, random, degenerate gambling type of behavior when all you had to do was sit on your hands and wait for your setup to present. And when it does present, having the patience, the headspace, the expertise to enter into the market, whether you're scaling in or just taking a position, managing that position, going to break even, extracting profits, and a take profit level for either closing the trade out completely or leaving a trailer in and ensuring that you get paid on the day. So often traders will say, yeah, well, that's common sense. But when they get into live time, they don't have a plan. They make it up as they go. And they'll hold on to a trade and it'll come back and stop them out at break even. They'll trail too close. They'll get in too late. They'll go to break even too fast. All of these things, and they actually don't squeeze the maximum amount out of a winning trade because they have impulsive random behavior once they're in the trade. So mapping out your plan ahead of time and knowing exactly where you're getting out before the trade even happens so that you know exactly how you're going to behave because you have a plan of action once you're in the market. Or if you're walking away and letting the trade play out, having a specific level where if the market trades to it or through it, it takes you out with your full profit intact. It's a really simple equation, but the trader themselves day to day is a variable. They do things right for successive days, maybe months, maybe even years. And again, one random impulsive degenerate act can destroy and sabotage all the good results that a trader can build up. So along the way, there's building things into your plan designed to protect you, bulletproofing your mindset day after day, 1% better every single day, to continue and expand a growth mindset, to continue to improve, to continue to identify opportunities where you have a 90-10 edge in the market, and then improving to the point where you do nothing but stick to the plan day after day, week after week, month after month. Now, in closing, I'm just going to reinforce to traders that this is a very, very simple thing to do. Keep it simple. Keep everything simple. Your daily routine, your daily process, the setups that you're hunting, the setups where it's really easy to make money. And it is. It's very simple to do. And traders say this isn't simple at all. And then my response to that is this, that it's also simple not to do. It's simple not to do. And I always joke saying it's not rocket science, and it's not. It's a very, very simple thing to do. Stick to your plan. Stick to your edge. Focus on rinse and repeat, easy money-making setups, and do nothing else in between. And that's hard for traders. It's simple not to do. So in closing, I'll ask you a question. Do you want to do it the hard way or the easy way? And what is your objective? Coming back to our first slide, mindset. What is your objective? What is achievable for you? What is achievable in your beliefs about yourself, the markets, your game plan to achieve your objective? Now, playbook setups, ACB setups are simple setups that I just look for because in my own experience, over my own years of trading, doing a lot of things right and a lot of things wrong repeatedly, recognizing that my own behavior was the issue I needed to address. And then the methodology, my daily routine, my daily process, the edge that I was hunting, the expertise to, number one, hunt that and recognize when those opportunities presented, and then the confidence and the discipline to stick to that plan and execute and not get caught in the moment, not get caught chasing markets, not get caught on random, impulsive, low probability days through impatience and behavioral issues. Mastering yourself, mastering your edge, and then sticking to the plan. Looking after everything that needs to happen to ensure you achieve your objective. Hopefully this video has given you some value, some things to think about, some homework to do over the weekend, traders. Again, I'll repeat in closing, keep everything simple. If it's simple to do, you can reproduce and scale that up in size. It's simple not to do also. So hard way or easy way, traders, keep it simple, keep it repeatable in terms of behavior, edge, mindset, and scale it up in size. Have a great day, traders, and may the markets go with you.